Welcome to Scanny TV on YouTube once again. Let's talk about the Black Stars team, Black Stars players, and some few other interesting updates we need to know in this one. Coach Otto Addo this week, he's expected to name his squad for the next World Cup qualifying games, and it is going to be interesting. On the 4th of September, Ghana, we are traveling all the way to Chad to play at the Stade Olympique against Chad national team. Then we will come home on the 8th at Accra Sports Stadium, and we are going to welcome Mali. So, Otto Addo, which players is he going to name? In fact, it is going to be a tough one for him, because if you look at the Black Stars players, they are all doing so well this season. And we'll talk about some of them, the likes of Kudus, Semenyo, Ishahaku, just mentioned them. They are all performing so well. And in this update, I'll talk about my final 25-man squad for the Ghana Black Stars team. Already, we've checked out from goalkeepers to midfielders. And in this update, we are going to check out the forwards as well as the full squad in this one. Obviously, some of your favorite players might not make the squad, but it is all good. Let's check it out in this one. We also check out Ibrahim Sulemana. Right now, he's moving. Which club is he joining? We'll speak a little bit about him. Tariq Lamptey, he has already agreed to join a club ahead of next season. We'll talk about him a little, as well as some few other transfer updates. Then, some players' performances, because over the weekend, we had Ghanaian players scoring, some producing assists, and others also doing so well for their club side. So let's talk about all these ones and more. If you have joined me, take your time, like the video as usual. After that, if you are new, please subscribe, put us on post notification, because you have a lot of amazing updates coming your way. After watching the video, please share the link so that others will also come here and enjoy some more latest on this channel. And do share the video for others to also come here and enjoy more latest. So before I go to my Black Stars final squad, let me quickly begin with some quick updates. Tariq Lamptey today, per the latest we are gathering, the player has agreed in principle to join Fiorentina in Italy starting from 2026. Currently, he is with Brighton team, having his training sessions with them, but he's yet to taste this season's EPL due to his injury situations. So, Tariq Lamptey, according to the latest we are getting from Co Sports and other reports from Italy, it is actually reporting that Fiorentina, they are pushing for the move. And already, he has agreed that I'm going to join Fiorentina starting from 2026, because he extended for 1 year. But how things are going, it is not likely that the player is going to stay at Brighton. So we'll continue to follow and bring you guys more updates on Tariq Lamptey to Fiorentina next season. Away from him, let me talk a little bit about Ibrahim Sulemana, one player that, even according to the former coach for Atalanta Bergamo, I'm talking about Gian-Piero Gasperini, he said that this player, he will blame himself for not giving him more minutes last season, because he is very good. And this season, we were going to see more from Ibrahim Sulemana. But unfortunately, we are hearing an update that the player will be moving on to join a new club. And the clubs are actually weighing their options for the midfielder in the final weeks of the transfer window, whether to loan him or whether to also sell him outright. So that is the latest we are getting from Ibrahim Sulemana, one of the top performers going into the end of last season with Atalanta Bergamo. But this season, the coach, Ivan Juric, he has not even added him to his squad yet, not to even talk about giving him some playing minutes. So that is also a sad update from Ibrahim Sulemana's camp. Very good midfielder, and that is that in there. A little bit on Ghana's 18-year-old striker, Jerry Efriye. He has also moved on loan from Al Qassia in Saudi Arabia to join RAAL La Louvre, and already the player is up for action. Yesterday, he was announced as a new player for Louvre in the Belgium top flight. So that is it also for Jerry Efriye. It is a season-long loan. If you guys can recall last season when he was signed from Ghana here to Al Qassia, he was loaned to CD Lugo. And this time around, the player has also moved on to join, that is Louvre, in the Belgian top flight. Let's see whether he'll be able to score some good goals, and later we will come and talk about him. Talking about players on loan, let me also chip in this. Felix Ohene Afenejan, over the weekend, he also made his debut for his club side. That is Ahmed Spor. I told you guys that he's joined on 1 year loan move with option to buy. So Ahmed Spor, they did well to defeat Silverspor by some 4-2. The player came on 80th minute and did some few touches for his side. That is talking about Ahmed Spor in the Turkish second tier side. We will continue to follow him and bring you guys more updates on Felix Ohene Afenejan. One player who is also in some good form is Antoine Selam Semenyo. We will talk more about him in this video. But for now, over the weekend, I could not speak about him as of the time I was making the video. That match was being played, and the player provided assist against Wolverhampton Wanderers. First game in the EPL, he scored 2 goals against Liverpool, and the second game, he also produced an assist against Wolverhampton Wanderers, where Bournemouth they defeated Wolves by 1-0, and he was the one who actually produced that particular assist. A good one for him. There's this boy, I've spoken a lot about him, Edmond Beidu. He plays for RB Salzburg. He's continuing his fine form. Over the weekend, he also scored a goal for his side as they played against Lux. He also did very well to score a goal for his side. So for the past 3 matches, he scored 2 goals, and it is also a good one for Edmond Beidu, a young Ghanaian striker for RB Salzburg. Let me talk a little bit about yesterday's game. That was between Real Oviedo and Real Madrid. The two Reals, they faced each other, and we all know the strongest Real is Real Madrid. They went away to defeat Real Oviedo by some 3-0. And Real Oviedo, if you look at their midfield, we have one Ghanaian in there, Sibo. Yesterday, he faced Kylian Mbappe Lotin, the likes of Chouameni and all the other players at Madrid. And he did quite good. He even hit the woodwork, and he performed incredibly well for his side. But it was obvious Real Madrid were going to carry the day. And after the game, we saw him that Kylian Mbappe actually swapped jerseys with him. And it is a very good one for Sibo. I think this boy can just be in the next Black Star squad. So yes, we'll talk a little bit about him as well in this update. Now, let me continue to talk about Spanish La Liga because Partey also had 45 minutes of action for Villarreal. He's warming himself into the starting 11 because yesterday after first half, the coach brought him on to play, and he did well against Girona. After 45 minutes, he had 100% ground balls, 100% aerial duels, 100% dribbles, 84% passing accuracy, also giving some good 32 accurate passes, and there's some few other clearances in the game. So Partey, he's also warming himself, and we'll come and talk about him more on this channel. One piece of good news, Alidu is back. Alidu is back for Stade Rennes. Yesterday, he climbed off the bench to play for his side, but unfortunately, they were down, even with red cards, but they did well to actually sustain that particular defeat or scoreline. And Alidu was some of the players. He did 18 minutes. He had a rating of 7.2 from SofaScore, which was a good one for Alidu, who is just coming from ACL after 9 months. Alidu Seidu is back, and I'm so much happy for him, and that is that. So a lot are going on. Let me also not forget, Brandon Thomas Asante over the weekend produced 2 assists and scored a goal in the win for Coventry City against QPR. It was Coventry City 7, QPR 1, and the player had a little over 60 minutes, producing 2 assists and scoring 1 goal, getting a rating of 9.8, and he was just in some fine form for his side. The game before that one, he scored, and he also assisted twice and scored another goal. So 4 goal contributions for him is a very good one for the player. So we will follow and bring you guys more updates. Now, let's come to Black Stars final 25-man squad predicted by me, not anybody, not the official one. So let's go straight into it. Now, with my goalkeepers, I've already brought it to you guys on this channel. I settled on Benjamin Asari of Hasselhoff, Joseph Tete Annan of St. Patrick's, then Lawrence Artizigi. I've brought you guys the reasons why I decided to select these 3. We have standbys of Danlad Ibrahim, Frederick Asare, Emmanuel Kobi, and some other top goalkeepers across the globe. Not only these 6 I've mentioned here, or I've actually, given out their names. Now, I went in for 4 right and left backs. Now, these are the players on the screen. Kingsley Schindler, Caleb Irenchi. I went in for the right back position, Kingsley Schindler and Caleb Irenchi. Then left back, I actually went in for Gideon Mensah, then Ebenezer Annan for the left back position. With the standbys, I selected Tarek Lamptey, who is here to play competitively this season. Kamaruddin Mamudu, who is also a player for Mediama SC. Alidu Seidu, Stade Rennes, he is now back, but I don't think the coaches will actually invite him this time around. But anything is possible. He's just back, and we have to allow him to actually build on something before we actually bring him into the Black Stars team, because after 9 months, will you just bring him back like that? Then Patrick Alidu, I also named him as part of the left backs on standby. So these are the top 4 right and left backs, then standbys. Now, the center backs, I went in for these: Alexander Jiku, Razak Simpson, Jerome Opoku, Mohamed Salisu, Kwejo Pepra Opon. These are the 5. Standbys: Jonas Ajete, Stefan Ambrosius, who is not really active, Terry Yegbe, Patrick Pfeiffer, and the other ones across the globe. As I always say, we have a lot of center backs, and the coaches can actually settle on the best that they want. With the midfield, interesting. I went in with 5. They are Thomas Partey, number 1. Mohamed Kudus, also in the second spot. Ibrahim Sulemana on 3rd position. Unfortunately, he's also not really active, but I believe he's going to be in the squad. Lawrence Ajekum, I named him, and Majid Ashimeru, I also named him. So these are the top 5. But I just have a feeling that Sibo will enter into the top 5, even though he's not gotten call up yet to join the Black Stars. But the kind of performances he's giving for Ray Oviedo, Sibo can be in the top 5. So standbys of Elisha Owusu, Abdul Salih Samet, Forsan Amankwa, Francis Abu, Sibo, and the other midfielders across the globe. Now, with the forwards, let's quickly talk about them. 1, I settled on Antoine Selom Semenyo, the informed player for AFC Bournemouth. He's doing so well, and there is no doubt that he's going to be in the next Black Star squad. If not for injury or anything, I believe he's going to be in the squad, so I'll not waste my time on Semenyo. He's been with the Black Stars team in some few years now, and I believe he's going to get a call-up this time around. Kamaldeen Sulemana, I believe he's also going to be in a call-up, or he's going to end call-up to join the Black Stars team for the next World Cup qualifying games, because he's doing quite good. And he also made his debut over the weekend for Atlanta Bergamo yesterday, to be precise, and he did quite good, having a rating of 7.3. I followed him, and he was also very electric on the field. Fatal Isahaku Abdul, I'll put asterisks on him because I don't know whether the coaches will let Fatal Ishaku rest, or they will give him some time to build on what he's doing with Leicester City, because he got injured playing for Ghana in the game against Angola, if I recall. So I don't know whether the coaches will let him come and play this time around. But hey, let's all wait and see how things will pan out. But Fatal Ishaku Abdul is also one of the informed Ghanaian wingers who can basically get called up to join the Black Stars team. This one, I've put it together. Wingers and the strikers are putting together, so they are the forwards. Because if you look at the profile of some of our number 9s, they basically play on the wings. So usually the coaches decide to put them together and call them forwards. So that is that. Then we have Christopher Babonsu. I shortlisted him as part of my top forwards, because I believe per what he did in the Unity Cup 2025, if you are talking about 2 best players in that tournament for Ghana, I think Christopher Babonsu will be in it. So I'm expecting him to get a call up to join the Black Stars team this time around, even though he made a move from KLC Genk to join RKC, of which some think it was not a good move. But I think he is still going to get a call up to join the Black Stars team. Jordan Pierre Ayew, the captain for the side, no doubt. He's also going to get call up. Striker for Leicester City. He's really not scoring the goals in recent days, but I think he's going to be back and bang in the goals for Black Stars. In fact, if you check the Black Stars for about a year now, he's the top scorer. He's scoring almost every game for us. So Jordan Ayew, you will understand that he will get called up to join the Black Stars team. Iñaki Williams Arthur, it seems he's now picking his pieces together. He scored against Chad, and I think he's building on his confidence. Possibly, I am expecting him to also be in the next Black Stars squad. Joseph Pinto, his own, sometimes will be getting question marks because his inclusion in the Black Stars team in the recent years has been on and off. It's been a whole lot of things. But per what he's doing currently in the MLS, I'm expecting Joseph Pinto to be in the next Black Stars call-up. Personally, I want to see him in there. Then I will talk about Brandon, Thomas, Clark, Solomon, Asante. He's doing well for Coventry City. And if you watch the Unity Cup 2025, that goal he scored, my oh my, that performance, I think we need him in the Black Stars team again, and we can build upon him, because if you are talking about some of the out-and-out strikers in the team, you mention him as well. So these are my top 8 forwards both on the wings as well as those who play centrally. And that is that. Now, let me talk about the standbys. Osman Bukari also doing quite impressive for FC Austin this season. And I think if he gets called up, I'll not be surprised at all. Mohamed Fuseni, one of the players that also impressed when given opportunity in the Unity Cup 2025. And I think he can also be in the Black Star squad. Jerry Efriye, one of the youngsters that I think we can still build something on him. If he gets called up, I will not be surprised at all. Ibrahim Sadiq, he's also doing well for AZ Alkmaar, and he can also return to the Black Stars team. Ransford Yeboah Konigsdorfer, he's also doing well with Hamburger SV. Over the weekend, he played his first Bundesliga game, and the game ended goalless in an away against Mönchengladbach. So it was just a good result for them. So that is that. Together with other wingers or forwards, NS Nuama Pierre Currency, he is now training so hard to be back on the field. So I don't think NS Nuama is going to be considered. We also have Ibrahim Osman, who also provided assist over the weekend for his new side, AJ Auxerre. He can also be in the team. Then we will talk about a lot of them. We have a lot of wingers across the globe. So if anyone makes the squad or a lot of forwards, I'll not be surprised as a person. Not forgetting one striker who now plays for Simba SC, Jonathan Sowa. Surprisingly, he can't get a call up. Well, we wait to see how things will go. So these are my best players. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box. Don't forget to always like the video for me, subscribe, put on the bell for more updates on this channel. This was Kenny TV, and of course, we shall meet later.